Okay, so this is going to be a quick review of this Black & Decker 14,000 BTU portable AC unit. And you guys are going to have to forgive me because I lost a lot of the footage I shot of this, and all I have now is this head-on video. So there's not going to be a lot of visual detail or showing other things about how it works in this video. But let's go ahead and get into it. And so if you're wondering why I'm doing this, I live in Texas, and in the garage it was getting up to 100 degrees easily when I'm trying to work out. And I was kind of curious. I didn't expect to find a way to do this, but I was curious if I could get one of these portable AC units, cool the garage down just enough, maybe a couple of hours before I wanted to work out, and if it could make the garage a lot more comfortable to work out in. So like I said, I'm in Texas, and here it's hard enough to cool an insulated and sealed home, much less a garage gym. So you have to keep that kind of in mind. In a cooler environment during the summer, this might be much more possible. Now this unit is rated up to 350 square feet. My garage is about 400 square feet, so 50 square feet over. So already right there, it's got that working against it. So also keep that in mind. And the unit did work great. It was easy enough to set up. One thing you have to remember is that if you just got it out of the box and it says that you need to wait up to 8 hours, I believe, double check the documentation, but you have to wait, allowing it to rest in the upright position so that something happens. I don't know exactly what that is, but just let it rest in the upright position before you start to use it. And of course, the AC unit does need to exhaust the hot air out of whatever room you have it in. So you do have to connect it to a window. And connecting it to a window was fine. You just slide the metal piece they provide with the exhaust mechanism pipe attached to it, and then you lower the window and it'll keep it in there. Now, the key there is providing a good seal. So they do provide some insulation tape, which helped quite a bit, but keep in mind that just out of the box, you're not going to get a fantastic seal unless it just fits perfectly in your window, or maybe you could possibly use some type of sealer if it's a more permanent, setup that you've got. And just like most modern AC units, it was very easy to use. You just set it to the desired temperature, the unit turns on, and you're good to go, and it starts trying to lower the air temperature at that point. As you can see, it also comes with a remote. I have that on the stool there. So very easy to use, nothing crazy different than a regular AC unit that you may be used to. And let's talk now about the performance I was getting out of it. So I was only able to lower the garage temperature by about 5 degrees when starting it for about 1 to 2 hours before I wanted to work out. And ultimately that was not worth it to me. Now, I do think that if you're not using your garage, so bringing a car in and out of it, that would make this a lot easier, right? Because the garage door would always be down. You would never raise it. You could probably seal your garage door even better than I had. And whenever you don't have a car going in and out to suck out all of the cool air that the AC unit has worked hard to put in there. So in that use case, if you're totally dedicating the garage to a home gym, I think it could work there. I don't know if it'd be able to cool it as low as I would want it to go. You might want it to be from 70 to 75 degrees, right? I don't know if this thing could bring that space to that temperature. But it's something that would be interesting to try. And certainly some of the bigger wall-mounted AC units that you see in older homes that don't have central AC, that might be an even better use case if you're dedicating your garage gym to the gym and not using it to also store your car. So ultimately, let's talk about a rating for this thing. So if I was going to rate it for cooling a garage gym, my specific use case, I'm gonna have to give it a 3 out of 5. So it can definitely do that with some caveats. You're gonna have to keep the garage door down all the time, and you're probably gonna have to run it a significant amount of time to get it to cool down that room. Now, of course, if this was in a regular room in your house, I think this thing would perform much better. I was impressed with the amount of air it was pushing out and how cold that air was that was coming out of the unit. So for a regular application inside your house, inside a room, this would probably work fantastically. But for cooling down a garage gym, especially doing so quickly, it failed at that task. And at this point, I'm probably not going to be looking anymore in the future into cooling down a garage gym. I'm moving soon to a new area, and with that house that I purchased in that area, it's going to be an inside gym. So it's going to be inside the house, luckily not having to worry about cooling down a garage gym or anything else like that. So at this point, I'm saying that cooling down a garage gym is going to be difficult to do unless you've dedicated that entire space simply to being your home gym.